All right, so this is my new injector that came in. Got this from Insight Diesel. Mike, take care of you. Heard he got good reviews in the N14 Facebook group. Met a lot of good people in N14 Facebook group. Drew Bender, man, I really appreciate you, brother, man. You always answer my questions, and I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for him, because we had a couple discussions and felt like I could handle it. So anyways, the inside says it rubs some 1540 on the O-rings. All right, now this goes this way. Set it down in there. Let's see, where's the plug in at over here? Set this down in there. And drop that in there. And since I ain't got to pull it, I'm gonna tap on this a little bit. So it should kind of pop in there. Yeah, felt like it popped in there. Yeah, it feels like it's in there. There we go, now it's in there. Yeah, it's in there now. What's in there? Looking down here, let's see this. Let's go ahead. There we go. I'm gonna plug the injector in. Okay, that's okay, so you gotta you got to put a little chisel or something on there and kind of tap it down, make sure it's flush. Stick your finger in there and make sure there ain't no lip to pull that out. You know, it's in there though. I got it pretty, it's seated good. Then you just plug the injector back in, make sure that little clip pops, so you're good. And make sure the injector is centered, it's not rubbing against them valves, none of that. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the crossheads back on the same position they were. Okay, boom, boom. Make sure those sit right, boom. Those sit in there real nice. Okay, that's good. Up everything down nice and pretty. Yeah, these are in the right spot. Make sure those are good. Okay, now we gotta get this back on. Okay, that doesn't feel like it's sitting right. Ooh, almost fucked up. Almost fucked up. Pull this back off. Yeah, almost fucked up. Let's put the crosshairs back off. Almost forgot to put this on. This which keeps that holds the injector in place, man. We've been in trouble. Yeah. Set that in there and then you start tightening. That's the thing that holds the injector in. Let's see what size this was. I forgot. No. Okay, now we gotta get this torque spec. I gotta go get the and this is where we gotta start torquing shit down to the right specs, man. Looks like it's seated right. It's not touching no valves. I gotta go get my torque wrench. Okay, so now it's time to torque down cap screw. I mean the injector hold down cap screw, and the torque measurement is 30 foot-pounds. Hope it goes that way. And you gotta make sure that I don't understand why there's that much play. I feel like it was rocking, but he told me just start tightening it down, and I'll take that rock out. So that's what I'm about to do. Let's see what goes down. And make sure those cups are lined up. Everything's good, nothing like that. Okay, so we're gonna start cranking this boy down. Check that, make sure those are in there. Okay, that's good. Everything is good. I'm gonna start cranking that boy down. See what happens, man. Shit. Let it come out. Make sure those stay in there. Yeah, that was good. So that whole time I thought something was wrong. That was really wrong. Okay, that's good. Those are fit, those are set. Everything is good, man. Okay, now we gotta see what the torque spec is on that. So go to 40 foot, 80 foot, and then 115. Okay. So what we're gonna do, first we're gonna set it at 40 foot. Okay. Okay, 40 foot, now we go to 80 foot. That means it's right when it pops. Now we go to 115. I never used one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What?
I never used the torque wrench. I ain't gonna lie. I was just tighten shit up.
I haven't used that yet. I only use it for my axle bolt, or like so that's actually important.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. Bump, bump. That's done. Okay, now we need to adjust this. Now what we do, first you loosen up the nut. Said turn this real lightly, like a thumb and a finger. Basically, you want to bottom this out, but you're just barely using your thumb and a finger. You're not gripping it. You don't want to grip it. Bottom this out. Okay, now you go back 2 flats. So 2 flats means, so here, let's see here, I need to bring that one. There's 1 flat. 2 flats. Okay, now you want to turn this. No. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it a little bit, lock screw a little bit more. All right, that ain't going nowhere. Okay, that's good. Now, okay. Now, I'm gonna check the valves. Okay, now I'm checking the valve clearance. So the one closest to the center is the intake, which is supposed to be 0.35. This exhaust 0.68. So take this out. I think that's it. I don't know what to double check. I gotta make sure. Hold on. Gonna check the clearance, so it's supposed to be 0.35 on the intake. It feels a little bit tight. It's supposed to be 0.35. So this one's supposed to be this one. That one's a little tight. Needs to be loosened up a little bit. 0.35. Let's check the exhaust. That's the intake. Intake and exhaust. It should go in. It should go in a little better than that. 0.35. Let's see. Yeah. A little bit tight. Let's loosen that one just a little bit. I think I'll let it rock. Yeah, it's a little tight. Yeah, we're gonna chill with that one for now. 0.35. Alrighty. Okay, so I was a little bit tight, but I'm gonna leave it alone for now. And then Get this new seal on with the brown side coming up, either brown or blue, depends. I'm gonna put the Jake back on. I'm gonna go get the Jake. Gonna set these Jakes in here. Be careful not to mess up that gasket. It's pretty good to me. Okay. Man, gotta find this. Hold on. It's dark already, so I gotta use the phone as a flashlight too. Sorry, fellas. Let's find which one. Oh, this is the 5/16. This is right here. Okay, now this is just pretty much putting it back together. So we gotta look at the specs. And the specs say trying to get the torque specs now. Okay, it's 75 foot-pounds, so we're just gonna, and the sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna go boom, boom, boom. 75 foot-pounds. Don't worry about the rest in a minute. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, first things first, we're just gonna tighten it just a little bit. Torque wrench right here. Got these little 12-point. That's another thing too, man. You gotta kind of have a thin wall. This is a 7/16 12-point socket, but you gotta have like a thin wall one. The set I ordered offline off Amazon was it didn't work, so I had to go to Harbor Freight and I bought a little. They have a little color-coded 12-point. It was only like $11.99. They worked out good, so I'm tighten these just a little bit right now. Okay, we're just gonna tighten. So it says go with that one, that one, that one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, 3 was over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Alright, I got them all a little bit tight. Now it's time for the torque wrench. It's a 75 foot-pounds. So take this off. I gotta adjust mine. $75 right there. So then we're gonna look again. It got dark on me, but this really, man, honestly, man, this is about an hour job, bro. Everything was easy, but I had to go to the store twice, and then I had to after I went to the store, I had to I took the injector, I put the injector back in, and then I took it apart. I took it apart because I thought it was wrong. Yeah, yeah, 75. Okay, but I took it, I thought I had it in, I thought the injector wasn't seated right. So, let's see the order again. 1, 2, 3, okay. So you go 1 here, 2 here, 2, 3, 3, then 4, 5, 6. Okay. 4. 5. 6. That's done. Now we gotta plug the jake back in. I gotta put this gasket back on. It goes like that, boom. I gotta get the valve cover. It's right here. You can put okay. Yeah, it goes like this. And now I gotta find I don't think it's down there. Forgot what size that was. Okay, now all we gotta do is just torque these back on. I should have cleaned these valve covers up, but and I'm gonna do a whole overhead valve adjustment here pretty soon, so I'll just wait. I just want to make sure everything's good on this. So this is 105. You need to be torqued on at 105. First, we're just gonna okay, now we gotta torque them down. Ooh wee. That bitch broke. That's not good. Oh wee, no more. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. I can't do that. Man, I don't know what the hell going on with that shit. I'll pop two of them bitches. Okay, now we're gonna start it. Might be hard to hear. And then I'm gonna unplug this one. I'm gonna make sure we hear a difference in the sound. Okay, I'm gonna go into more detail about the timing marks that are on the pulley, on your accessory drive pulley. Okay, there's 4 marks. One's top dead center, one has a mark that's labeled A, one has a mark that's labeled B, one has a mark that's labeled C. You use those marks to do your valve adjustment, but not only that, you also use them when you're switching your, it was explained to me, you use those marks to be, you want your you want your valves to be in the correct position when you switch your injector out, okay? It makes it easier because you could actually not even mess with your valves intake, not even have to adjust your valves. Like if you're on the side of the road or something, just to get in there quick, you want whichever injector that you're removing, you want both your intake and your exhaust valve to be closed. Okay, you want it to be closed so that way there should be a little slack wiggle room. And the way you check is you put it on the whichever injector you're working on, you put it on that mark, and then you double check it by, you should be able to wiggle both of those rockers. You should be able to wiggle them a little bit, and that'll tell you that they're in closed position. There's no tension on the spring. Okay, and there will be tension on the injector because you're in the part of the stroke where it's shooting fuel in the cylinder, and that way you don't have to back the intake and exhaust valve off, the adjustment off, to change your injector. Okay, and the timing marks are on the deal. Like this is C. Okay, you have top dead center, A, B, and C. Okay, so A, I'm gonna insert a little chart that shows which the firing order is 153624 on the M14, and you start from closest to the front of the truck is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so when you sometimes you have extra paint on your pulley and you can't see those marks, so you just have to rub it off or look, but they're small and you can't see them. And matter of fact, I got a paint pen and just kind of highlighted the mark. And see, what you do is you line up the mark with this point right here. So you want that mark to be right here, so it's right there. That's a little mark. Okay, so since I changed out cylinder 4, C is both cylinder 3 and cylinder 4, but it takes 2 revolutions. So what I'm getting at, it takes 2 revolutions to hit each cylinder, to go through the whole cycle, right? So let's say, for example, I'm changing out cylinder 4 and it's C. So I could put it on C, I can line it up. So you'll line it up. Let me turn it a little more by hand. You turn it, okay, right there. If you look right there, it's lined up with that point. Okay, so now whenever you have the valve cover and all that off, you get up there and you shake it, because it might not be on, because C is both 3 and 4. One revolution it's on 3, one revolution it's on 4. So that way, sometimes just because it's on C, you might not be on the right one. You have to check it. If you can't wiggle them back and forth, turn it a whole nother revolution back around to C, and then that should be on your proper part of the stroke. Okay, and you just, like I said, you just turn this. I just got a socket on the accessory drive, turn it by hand. Matter of fact, I never changed, I never marked the A. So that's why I'm really out here, right here, because while I have the paint pen, I want to mark the A. So I'm gonna set the phone down real quick. I'm gonna rotate it. I don't have a stand. Wish I could do the same time, but yeah, I'll just set it down for a second. Or maybe I can set it right here. Maybe you can see a little bit. See what I'm doing. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, so I'm rotating this around. Keep turning. You can't see the letters, but when I get to A, you just keep turning. When I find an A, there it is. grips. I could tell. You could tell because whenever it gets stiff, when it gets kind of stiff, that's like, here you go. Here it is. This one I haven't paint pinned it, so that's what you're looking for. You can barely see it, but if you wipe it off, you can see it. So I grabbed this extra, and that's the location you want, but I'm gonna turn it a little bit further so it's easier to mark. Sit it back down. Okay, so if you can see it, that's in its original condition. You see how you can barely see that A, and you see that little mark right there? That's the mark. So I'm just getting the paint pen. See, I got an extra fine point. I'm just putting a little paint in that mark, and then hold on. Had to get some fresh paint in there. A. Okay, A, so you can tell. My buddy told me just put 1 dot for A, 2 dots for B, 3 dots for C. You could do that as well. But since this is a fine point, I just went ahead and did it. So that's the mark you do. So basically, when you also use these marks to do your overhead valve adjustment. So you start off with A. Actually, you can start off at any cylinder, but you just have to know which cylinder you're on. You start off at A, and that'll be, you check it to either be 1 or 6. You know what I mean? So you get it till it's on the 1 cylinder, and then you're gonna adjust the intake. You're gonna get a feeler gauge. You're gonna get a feeler gauge, and you're gonna check underneath. You're gonna check underneath the. You're gonna put it underneath the valve. I mean, underneath the little rocker, in between the rocker and the valve. And you check the intake should be 0.35 millimeter. The exhaust should be 0.68 millimeter. Okay, and then you do that one, and now you turn it to B. Now you go to the next firing order. That's going to be 5. It's going to be automatically 5. Once you find out the first one, then it's going to be in order. So then you turn the shaft counterclockwise, go to B, and B is going to be cylinder 5. You're going to check that one, which will be the second one closest to the firewall. Do the same thing. The intake, the 2 intakes are always on the inside of the head, and the exhaust on the outside. So then you do 5. You check the clearance. Then you turn it to C. That'll be cylinder 3. You do that one. Then you turn it all the way around. Then you turn it again to A. That's going to be 6. You do those valves. Then you turn it again till it gets to B. That's going to be 2. And then you turn it again to C, and that's going to be 4. So 2 full revolutions, and you'll get all cylinders and make them adjustments. I didn't do overhead valve adjustment. I checked my valves. They're pretty close. It was a little bit tight on the intake. It should be 0.36. I could barely get it in there. So I do need an overhead, but it was late last night, and I just wanted to get this back together, and was curious to see if this worked. You know what I mean? So at a later date, I'm gonna do a whole overhead, and I'll do a video on it. But yeah, I just wanted to explain a little bit more detail of how that worked, because I didn't quite understand that. That was the part that gave me the most trouble trying to figure that out. So I'm gonna insert this into the video and get this posted up. The video might be a little long because I left it running, but really the changing injector is nothing to fear on an M14. It's pretty basic, man. Like I said, I'm mechanically inclined. I've always worked on cars, but you know, semi trucks is new to me. You know what I mean? I've done small things, starter, you know, alternator, shit like that, you know, just small stuff, but nothing major, no major engine components. You know what I mean? But anyways, I do my PMs and stuff like that, but grease the truck, I can handle shit like that, but you know, change out air fit and stuff like that. But I've never done no major work. But like I said, this is something I could have done. Like I said, I could have paid $300 to get this injector done, which I almost did. But you know, I really want to put my hands on this truck as much as possible. You know what I mean? And I'm really glad I did, man. So anyways, I hope this video helps you. I couldn't find no video on M14 injector swap, so I'm gonna go ahead and post this. Y'all be great. Another quick thing, the socket size for the accessory job pulley that worked for me is 1 5/16. It's a big, it's a big socket. That's what, you turn your motor over with. So these are the tools I use. You need a big breaker bar with a 1 5/16 socket to turn your engine over. The two big wrenches are 7/8 and 15/16. That's for your valves. And anyways, the pry bar, I bought this off Amazon. It was cheap. And you only use the second from the largest one. I use that to pull the injector out. You need like a blunt tip screwdriver to tap it in. And 12 point. You also need some 12-point sockets for the, just get you a set off of standard size, not metric. You can get it from Harbor Freight. They got like a multicolored one. It's like $11. Because I ordered one off Amazon, I ordered a kit off Amazon, but it was too big to get the jakes off, because on the jakes on the side ones, it's kind of small. It has to fit in there. So get the one for Harbor Freight. But you don't really need no specialty tools. You know what I mean? And other than that, just some regular 6-point sockets. But in the video, I pretty much named off all the sizes. But yeah, you do need a dial indicator, magnetic dial indicator, to adjust your jakes. But if you don't mess with it, you can just put them back on. But later on, I'm gonna definitely do my overhead valve adjustment and redo my jakes. But anyways, y'all be great.